kick it and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Running it back, never a cap, out of the drought, watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit it the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them off, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit it. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was dying and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Read on with the game now. They're hearing with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing just to heal. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week one. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it's going to be second down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he'll find a man. That's Landry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
The ball carrier.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. The quick slant caught. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A gain of 5.
How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings, for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
10-10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Ravens nothing.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Mayfield with a quick fire to Landry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down, Browns.
There's Jarvis Landry with a nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed, his rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Hunt. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
1st down, Cleveland.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mayfield on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Flush to his right. And he's got it. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And there's a good catch by Odell Beckham Jr. And in 2019, even though it was one of the least productive seasons of his career, he was still a 1,000-yard receiver for the 5th time. Also caught the longest reception of his career as well. An 89-yard touchdown against the Jets on a Monday night. Explosive is Odell Beckham Jr.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On On second and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yeah, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now Mayfield on third and goal. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here weekend. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
By the Browns.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First down, Browns.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
And it's 3rd down.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Focusing on me, wasn't
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
They're going for it with Dobbins, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Jackson going to look to do it himself, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Jackson from the shotgun, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Charles Joseph.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. From the gun, Jackson flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play fake. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down.
To throw again, Jackson. Buying time to his left. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Rolling to his left. He may try and run for this.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But it'll be 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you drop.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Up 2nd and 2 at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Steps away to his left. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
Jackson.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And Jackson throwing once more, escaping the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Toward toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And some space here. 36 yards on the play. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they did it in